Hello, I'm Burt Green, this is the Burt Locker, and it's time for some terrible bets this week, obviously on UFC London. But before I go into the terrible bets, I would just like to say that if you're looking to get tickets for UFC London, the time is now. If you didn't get tickets when they first went on sale, because all the ticket reselling websites bought them all up before anyone could get their hands on them, and then the prices were astronomical, if you were one of those people, like I was, the time is now to go and buy them, because the ticket resale sites are buckling because they didn't manage to shift them, because it's not the kind of card that you can charge those kind of astronomical prices for. It's a good card, don't get me wrong, for an MMA fan, but it's not one of those like it's not like, you know, Usman versus Edwards, is it? So the ticket selling sites are all buckling because they've got all these tickets left over and they just have to try and get rid of them. Me and my friend picked up a couple of tickets for a very reasonable price just the other day, but we actually, it's gone from reasonable to downright silly. My friend picked up tickets for 30 quid each today. 30 quid each. If you're an MMA fan and you can get to London tomorrow, have a look at some of the ticket resale websites, grab yourself a bargain. You're welcome. Anyway, on with the terrible bets. So as you know, I like to put down some terrible bets. I'll keep the stakes low, the odds long, and the bets terrible. I like to find a couple of accumulators, usually a treble, and this one's no different. So I've got a treble on this one, and then I've got my usual MMA scratch card to go all the way down the card, picking wins and losses, get some astronomical. I've got some really good odds on this one, but there's a reason. It'll never come off. These bets are terrible. Anyway, it's all in the name of good fun. It's just a bit of enjoyment for whilst you're watching the fight. Gambling should be fun. You should never be kind of, you know, what's the word? Gamble responsibly. Ray Winstone always says it. Anyway, so yeah, let's crack on. My favourite treble of the night is going to this one. It's a double submission and one knockout treble, conglomerate, amalgamation, if you will. So I'm taking Paul Craig, the Berger. Sorry, that's what they call him. He's called the Berger. But anyway, he's a very angry Scottish guy. He's very good as well. He's taking on Andre Muniz. Now, Paul Craig is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist. Andre Muniz is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist. What does that mean? They're going to try and slug it out on the feet. And whilst I don't think that Paul Craig's stand-up is necessarily spectacular, I do think it might be on par with Andre Muniz. Paul Craig is cutting down from like heavyweight. I think he is the bigger guy. Muniz is a natural lightweight, whereas Paul Craig is quite a bit bigger. And also, I've seen Muniz's stand-up. It's not fantastic. It says that he has like a belt in Muay Thai. I didn't think they did belts in Muay Thai, in all honesty. So whenever I see somebody with like a purple belt in Muay Thai, I'm skeptical because I wasn't aware they did a belt system in that discipline. I might be wrong. Please correct me in the comments if I'm completely wrong. Anyway, I saw his stand-up. It wasn't brilliant. He's a submission specialist. I think that they're going to duke it out on the feet. I think that Paul Craig gets the better of that, you know, and you're getting great value on that. You're getting 11-1 on that. That's some fantastic value, if nothing else. And the guy paints his face like Braveheart. Of course he's going to win. Right? That's enough, isn't it? Nah. Anyway, I'm going to take Julia Stoliarenko to beat Molly McCann by submission. Now, the reason for this is, once again, similar to the Paul Craig thing, is that Stoliarenko, she's coming down a weight class. I think she normally fights at bantamweight because I know that she normally walks around at about 140 pounds. She's cut a lot of weight, yes, but she made weight very easily. She is considerably larger than Molly McCann. Now, look, obviously Molly McCann could win this. All these MMA bets are very difficult because MMA is notoriously difficult to predict. But what I would say is that you're getting 4-1 on the submission for Stoliarenko. Now, Molly McCann struggled with Erin Blanchfield. She really struggled with the size, with the physicality, and with the submission. Now, Stoliarenko, she is a very high-level black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Very, very high level. Ask Jessica Rose Clark how high level she is. She's still putting her arm back together. So Stoliarenko, don't let her record fool you. Stoliarenko is pretty elite when it comes to the grappling, when it comes to the submissions. If she can get hold of Molly McCann, I don't think Molly's going to have an awful lot for her, especially if she gets into top position. I think it's going to be a really long night for Molly McCann, potentially. So, 4-1 on the submission for Stoliarenko. I'm having a go on that all day. Great value in that. Because it's not like, look, I like Molly McCann. I'm a big, big fan. She goes there. When she wins with spectacular knockouts and everything like that. But she's not like this world beater that's immune to these grapplers, and she struggles with the grapplers. We've seen it before. We've seen it. I'm not meaning that in a disrespectful way, but we have seen it. And I don't think she's evolved enough between the Erin Blanchfield fight, which wasn't that long ago, and now, to be able to stop that kind of style. I hope I'm wrong in a lot of ways. I do enjoy watching a Molly McCann knockout, but I think that stylistically this one could be problematic. Then the main event, Tom Aspinall, I'm taking by submission. You're getting 3-1 on the submission. Tom Aspinall, he's known as a knockout guy, but he's not. He's a jiu-jitsu guy first. He really is. Well, notice when he gets it to the ground, how easy he makes it look. He makes it look so easy, and it's because it is easy for him. He's been doing jiu-jitsu since he was like 5. His dad owns and trains Aspinall Jiu-Jitsu. It's in his blood. Do you know what I mean? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to Tom Aspinall is like breathing. So 3-1 on the submission is frankly crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not even counting Marcin Tybura out this fight. Marcin Tybura is a tough guy, but I think that this is a fight Tom Aspinall should win, and I think on paper he does. I think from a technical standpoint, he's better in every area. And yeah, okay, maybe Aspinall gets the knockout, but I think that if he really wants to put himself on display as going through guys again in the first round like he was doing before he put his knee out, I think that if he gets the chance to drag Tybura to the ground, take that top position and just sub him within a round, people are going to be like, wow, what do you have to do to stop this guy? I think that makes a statement, and I think that it is definitely at least on the cards. So you put all those three together, you're getting 240-1. That's a license to print money. I'm kidding, of course. That's like, the reason it's 240-1 is because it's very unlikely that all those things come off in sequence. But it's fun to put down £1 and just, roll the dice, see what happens. So now I'm going to go for my MMA scratch card for UFC London. Obviously, I don't know all of these off the top of my head, so I've got my bet slip right here. I'm taking Jafel Filho to take the win over Daniel Perez. I've got Bruno Brazil to beat Shauna Bannon. I've got Yanel Ashmus to beat Chris Duncan. I've got Ketlin Vieira to beat Penny Kianazed. I can't say that. Mahmoud Maradov to beat Brian Barberena. I've got Mick Parkin to beat Jamal Pogues. I've got Joel Alvarez to beat Marcus DeCasey, and I've got Johnny Parsons to beat Danny Roberts. I've got little side note, Johnny Parsons, greatest fighter nickname I've ever seen, the Sluggernaut. That's the main reason I'm betting on him, if I'm totally honest. So take that one with a pinch of salt. Davy Grant, I'm taking him to win. I think that'll be a slugfest like that. I've earmarked that one for fight of the night against Daniel Marcos. Leroy Murphy to take out Joshua Kilibau. Jai Herbert to take out Faraz Ziam. I'm going to have Paul Craig to take out Andre Muniz, Andre Feely to take on Nathaniel Wood. A little side note on Andre Feely, I just think he's very, very big for Nathaniel Wood is legit, but Nathaniel Wood's going up a weight class, which is fine when you're going against guys that have gaps in their skill. But Andre Feely is not that guy, and he is so much bigger than Nathaniel Wood. Like he looks like he's a weight class up. That size, it does make a difference at a certain point. So that's why I'm picking Feely in that one. No disrespect to Nathaniel Wood, I have every confidence in his abilities, because I'm a huge fan of Nathaniel Wood. I do want to say that, but I don't know. I think Andre Feely's skilled enough and big enough to cause some issues there, I think. I'm taking Julia Stoliarenko to take out Molly McCann, and obviously Tom Aspinall to beat Marcin Tybura. That is coming in at £17,418 and 7-1. That's worth a quid. That's worth a quid. I wonder how many of those are going to go wrong. I wonder at what point in the evening my MMA scratch card is going to be off the table. But it's only £1. It's all a bit of fun. It's like having a lottery ticket, only you get to watch people punch each other in the face as you're watching the numbers go the wrong way. But I will be reviewing the card, what happened, matchups for the winners and losers, and also kind of taking a look at if any bets came off, ones that I thought were close, whatever. All that good stuff. If you could do me a favour, if you enjoy this content, just give me a subscribe. Let me know in the comments who you're betting on. I love discussing these kind of bets. It's fun. It's a fun sport. I love this sport more than any other sport. I really do. It's fantastic. And I love watching it. I love placing these little bets just purely for fun, and I hope this video was fun. I had fun making it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Until next time, keep those odds long and those bets terrible.